What's going on, YouTube? Well, it's a familiar scene for me. It's finally the day to drop my car off at RPM again. For those of you that don't know, car is going in for water methanol injection and a retune. So, big race coming up April 28th, and you know, I just really wanted to make sure that the car's in top running condition, most power I can produce, and also the longevity of the engine. So water methanol, you know, that kind of was the no-brainer modification. A lot of you guys might say, why didn't I go E85? There's no real convenient E85 pumps around me in this area, so you know, it just kind of worked out this way, and I think this is going to be the better option. So here we go, hard drive to Rain's Precision. Here we are at RPM. Gonna get water meth on the baby. So basically, we're gonna do dual injectors. I think the injectors are gonna go right here. Basically, what water meth does is injects a mixture of 50% water, 50% water methanol, atomizes it into the intake system, takes it into the engine. The water instantly evaporates, cooling the air. The methanol increases the octane of the fuel that's going into the engine. And then you can be a little bit more aggressive on the tune. Cooler air, more octane, more aggressive tune. We're hoping for bigger horsepower gains. But I'll see you in a few days, car. So here we are, the water meth kit is installed. I was just gonna give you guys kind of a quick look about how the install was done, and show you guys a video clip of the air intake temperature on just a really light pull. I haven't done any really hard pulls to see how much of a difference it makes on a hard pull, but you'll be surprised on the light pull. So here's the trunk. We have removed the spare for weight savings. So there's a 2.5 gallon water methanol tank right here. It is plumbed down to the Snow Performance pump right there. Those lines will lead to the front of the car. One of the important things you want to do when you have a water meth system is carry an extra container of boost juice, just in case you forget to top this off and you end up running low. Essentially, if you do run low on boost juice, you just kind of have to baby the car around until you can get some more boost juice. It's about a 51-49% mix of methanol and water. In a pinch, you can technically use Peak Winter Washer Fluid as your boost juice, but I don't know if there's extra additives in there, so I'll stick with the actual stuff. Let's go to the front of the car now. Okay, here at the front of the car, you can see the piping that came from the back comes up through the car to the front here, through the rest of the kit, and I have dual injectors. Initially I thought we were going to put the injectors on this side, but that's your intake air temperature sensor, and we put the injectors before the sensor, that way it'll actually accurately read. So basically it's an upgrade to have two injectors. Normally you just run a single injector and it just increases the volume as the boost increases, however you have it tuned. This one one basically does that, and then the second one kicks in when you're full throttle and getting into your higher boost levels. So the second injector only turns on when you're wide open throttle. Let's take a look inside real quick at the new boost gauge. There is the new boost gauge. Basically, before I had an analog gauge, for those of you, but this is the Snow Performance boost gauge. Obviously the number right here is how many PSI you're running in boost. This gauge down across the bottom fills up with red. So basically the more boost juice that it's injecting into your vehicle, the further along that red bar gets until it's all the way to the top. And basically when you're wide open throttle, there's a little asterisk that appears right next to your boost PSI that shows that you're basically getting it all. But that is the new boost gauge, which I think looks pretty well. And then basically when you run low on boost juice, this gauge will actually turn or flash yellow, but it'll indicate that you're running low on boost juice, so you're not running the car at full throttle and not getting the spray to basically protect the engine. So here's the water meth. It's 58 degrees out, sitting at a red light, so intake temperature is 64 degrees. Light acceleration, well, light enough to where it's spraying a little bit. And there you can see, intake air temperatures actually do drop below ambient temperature. Right there, we're 3-4 degrees below ambient. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the numbers that I got in on the dyno. We ended up having to stop the dyno a little bit early. We let off the throttle at about 5,000 RPM or so. The car is set at redline at 6,300. We were doing a 4th gear pull, so we were at about 170 miles an hour. And the tuner just didn't feel safe going faster than that, so we let off right there. That's where we got the 530 all-wheel drive horsepower from that. The bar was still climbing, so it was still going to produce more power than that 530. But the other amazing number that we had was a massive increase in torque. I gained almost 162 pound-feet of torque, putting this car at 665 pound-feet of torque at the wheels. That is my race tune, my daily driver tune. It's somewhere around 500 wheel horsepower, 550 foot-pounds torque, right in that range somewhere. If you guys have any questions regarding the snow system, please feel free to ask. I got to give a huge shout out to Glenn Rains and the guys over at Rains Precision Motorsports. You guys did a clean install. This car is working great. It's a blast to drive. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys. If you guys have any questions or would like some work from Rains Precision Motorsports, I'll link their information in the description below. Anyways, take care, guys.